Yo, what's up? So in about the last 4 weeks here, we're at 15.7K cash collected for my new AI offer. What I want to do with you here in this video is walk you through the funnel. So how am I able to get 50 plus leads a day? I'm booking like 3 to 6-ish meetings a day right now, and we're scaling to 100 grand a month. I'm going to show you how I get leads, the softwares that I use, the AI that sets appointments, the whole 9 yards here. All right. So we're going to dive straight into it. The thing that I'm doing right now specifically to get leads is I'm doing cold SMS. So I'm straight up just texting my clients. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because I'm selling to realtors. And if you know any realtors, you know that their phone number is literally everywhere. So I'm texting them. They have to see their text messages. They have to answer their phone. You might hear something like this. You might watch some other videos of people preaching some different way to get clients. Everything works, and it really just depends on who you're selling to. So if you're selling to contractors, if you're selling to coaches, they hang out in different places. Just figure out where your people hang out. That's the best platform for you when it comes to outreach, right? But what I want to share with you here is the actual angles that I've tested on the actual cold outreach campaign, because the same principles apply whether I'm sending a cold text message, a cold email, a cold DM, a cold call, any form of cold outreach here. Now, before I dive into the actual script and messages, how am I getting these leads? How am I getting thousands of phone numbers? I use a tool called Appify. So Appify basically gives you like a browser of actors that people have created where you could go and scrape data on the internet, right? So you can go and get this tool. I don't know how much I pay for it, but it's not too crazy. But here's an example. You have a Google Maps scraper, so you could just enter in certain locations and be able to scrape businesses on Google Maps, a website content crawler, Instagram scraper, TikTok scraper. You get the idea. There's a good chance that your niche is probably here, and you can go scrape their information, whether it's their email, phone number, Instagram handle, etc. This is what I do to be able to send like 5,000 messages a day. I use this tool to go and scrape 5,000 phone numbers every single day. Okay. So that's how I actually get the leads. Now, once I get the leads, you have to come up with the actual pitch and the angle to use. Now, the thing that I always give away in my outreach, it doesn't matter whether it's on a DM or a text, I always give away a VSL. I am not a big fan of going straight to a meeting without them consuming some level of content in order to get to really know you and trust you a little bit before the actual sales call takes place. You'll notice that if you've been doing this before, where you're just trying to get people straight into a meeting, you have an extremely low show up rate to your sales calls. You have an extremely low close rate. They're super, super cold. So I always try and direct people from whatever outreach message it is, whether it's a DM, a call, an email. We're all trying to get these people to go and consume one VSL, one video that we made that clearly explains our offer, how we can help them, how our thing works. Especially if we're selling AI, we want to show them that we're actually using AI, because a lot of people are just selling slop. They're not selling AI. They're selling ChatGPT wrappers. You know what I mean? So we're guiding people to a VSL, but the way that you do it varies. And this is what I want to show you. There's different ways you could actually format the pitch to get people interested. And I've split tested them all. I've sent probably over 1 million outreach messages, not just on SMS, on DM was my main thing, Instagram. And here's what I found. There's a couple different angles. If you are starting off with your AI agency, you should have what I really call a no-brainer offer. Now, Alex Hormozi talks about a no-brainer offer. The way that I think of a no-brainer offer is truly a no-brainer, or another way to say it is zero risk offer to the client. This is an example of this is a revenue share deal. It's a pay when you close a deal type of deal. These offers have little to no risk on the client's end, and this is what you should start with. I wish I knew this, because when I first started my agency, it took me like 8 months to sign my first client, because I was trying to charge $2,000, $3,000 up front with zero case studies, zero idea how I was going to deliver back then Facebook ads. I had no idea what I was doing, and it was dumb for me to do that. Instead, I should have just said, hey, I want to run this campaign for you, and you only pay me when you close a deal, or you only pay me when you book an appointment that I bring you, et cetera, et cetera. If you have a no-brainer offer, if you're just starting off and you have this type of offer structure, you can lead with your offer. And you could tell them like, hey man, I know you get pitched all the time. We only get paid when you actually close a deal using X, Y, and Z AI system. Would love to show you how it works. I made a quick video for you. Would you like to check it out? You could host this video in a couple different places. You could do Loom. You could do YouTube. You could do a landing page. So just straight up your website. Right now, I'm currently just doing a landing page. So I'm sending them to my website where I have other testimonials and just a simple book a call button. I tested a new script, basically using a similar offer to this, like a performance offer the other day, like literally last week. And I sent the message out. I got like maybe 30-ish leads. I think I had 7 people just automatically book a sales call with me after watching my VSL from that. That was pretty crazy. And that was using this angle of like a no-brainer offer. Another angle, I'll just give you one more here, is really just leaning into a unique mechanism. So if you're charging a retainer, you're charging like a paid in full up front, you want to basically not lead with your offer. Instead, you want to lead with a new way, right? A unique mechanism. What that essentially means is a new, oops, that's an M, a new and or different way to get the same result that other people have been selling your clients, right? If you sell to the typical people that are buying basically marketing services, they've been pitched hundreds, thousands of times. And so you need a new, shiny, different, more elegant, more easy, faster to get the result type of process. And the best way to do that is by wrapping whatever the hell you sell with AI. I'm going to show you how I do it a little bit here in this video. I can dive more into it in a separate video. That's not the main topic of this video. But the best way to do that is by incorporating AI here, because you can go and reach out selling the same old boring marketing services you know they've been pitched a million times, whether it's Facebook ads, a content service, an outreach service, and say, hey, we use AI to, automate the actual content process, or we use AI to automate the appointment booking process. You get the idea. We use AI to actually create the ad creatives and automate the ad creation process itself. I know a lot of people are doing that as well. And so that's another angle you can lean into. It's like, hey, I figured out this new way that helped X, Y, and Z person get X, Y, and Z result, right? That's a very, very good pitch. It's basically just a case study pitch. So you're like, hey, I helped Joanne make an extra 30K using this new AI ad system. Would love to send you over a video on exactly how we were able to do it for her. Boom. Right there. Once they say yes to that pitch, they are now a lead, right? They've shown some level of intent of interest in what we have to offer. So the second they reply yes to that message, what do we do? A couple of things. Very, very simple. This is my whole funnel, right? The second they say yes, two things. We're sending them the VSL where they can automatically just book a call with whatever button you have there, whether it's a link in the description of a YouTube video, a link on your Loom video, a link on your landing page, a button. We send them the VSL automatically using my AI that responds back to them, and or we have setters. So I'm in the process of figuring out how to actually get voice AI, like an AI phone setter, really working. It's at still the beginning stages where it's not too good yet, where you can just call and you can't tell it's an AI. So I have setters from the Philippines that I pay them, in comparison to the US, way less money, which allows me to stay way more profitable, and they are very skilled. And these setters are dialing all day, every single day. Every single day, I see an end of day report on how many calls they made, how many people picked up, how many meetings they booked, etc. So I have setters. I have two setters now, which is kind of why this month here in November, I took a step back to bring on setters to allow me to scale to 100K. But the setters basically just manually book them into a call. And this is what the funnel looks like. And I'm just pumping an absolute crap ton of volume into the funnel, which is why I'm making it work. The actual outreach process that I'm using is very, very cost effective. I think it's costing me like $1 to get somebody to say yes to my pitch. So I'm willing to spend, 50, 70, $100 a day to get 50, 75, 100 leads a day, if you get what I'm saying. And now when I'm getting that amount of lead flow, I'm getting a couple of people to just auto book through the VSL. And I'm also getting the phone setters to go independently. My two setters right now that I literally ramped on last week, they're both booking anywhere between 1 to 4 appointments a day for me, both of them. So that's how I'm scaling. So the calendar's packed out. And one part of the actual AI service that I deliver that I do want to show you is just basically integrated within Go High Level. So if you're the type of person that I believe should be watching this video, you're probably familiar with Go High Level. If you're not, I mean, it's a CRM that basically every young entrepreneur running an agency or coaching business uses. And within Go High Level itself, they have a conversation AI. And you can see I use this as part of my delivery process to help my realtors book more meetings. And basically, you just come in here and you kind of train the thing. Once you get a lead, whether it's through an ad or through content or through outreach, you have it go and reach out and basically qualify the leads. So one qualifier that I ask for the leads that I bring to realtors is like, are you already working with another realtor, right? And so I train the personality on the AI and how it speaks. I give it a name. I say you're the assistant to X, Y, and Z realtor. And the cool part about doing it through Go High Level is that when I get a new client that I'm delivering for and helping them get more appointments, I'm able to just copy and paste the Go High Level snapshot and just edit these little parts like the name of the actual client, and the AI is already built. So the delivery process is very simple. I just have somebody that helps me basically launch their Go High Level accounts, launch the outreach that I'm doing for clients, and be able to start booking the meetings. So we train the personality, you're friendly, approachable, blah, blah, blah. We give it additional conversations. If they're not interested, send to the not interested branch. And we basically have a whole workflow here that's able to just auto book appointments onto my client's calendar. So I have the AI basically appointment booking bot here. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm giving homeowners a free home evaluation, right? On behalf of my realtor. That's why they're booking a meeting with my realtor. And the AI auto books that meeting onto the realtor's calendar. So I don't think a lot of people show this stuff. This is the back end. This is the delivery that I do. I'm booking meetings for these realtors and it's working extremely well. And the AI is doing it for us via text here. So again, we basically give it instructions, we tell it how much to book. We have all this stuff built out. And if you want a separate video on delivery, I can go and make that for you. But the way that I scale to 15.7K, you understand it's very simple, dude. It's simple. I'm making it sound very simple, but it's not easy, right? It requires a lot of trial and error. It requires a lot of tracking. Just about everything could go wrong. Response rate to your pitch, percentage of leads that actually book a call, percentage of calls that actually show up, percentage of showed calls that actually close. There's so many metrics that can go out of whack. But when you understand that if you just give it enough volume and if you don't get too in your head and start overthinking and start, procrastinating and just watching videos like this all day long, you can actually do it, man. I mean, I'm no different than you. The same way all of my friends that are making money, they're no different than you, right? They're just doing the work every single day. They're getting leads in whatever form of outreach or ad or whatever they're doing. They're booking appointments and they're closing deals, right? And that's all that I do every damn waking hour of my day. When I decide to sit down and work, I'm getting leads, I'm booking appointments, and I'm closing deals. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you got value out of this video. If you did and you want to see more about how I run the company, how I train my setters, how I script out the outreach, just drop them down below and I'll go and make a video for you. But I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you soon.